Hey everybody, welcome to my brand new YouTube channel. I am a brand new YouTuber, and today I want to talk about me because, of course, who doesn't want to talk about themselves on YouTube? That's how you become a popular YouTuber, and that's obviously my goal, to become a popular YouTuber. Now, in order to do that, I have to achieve 4,000, that's right, 4,000 watch hours, and then YouTube will check out my channel and they'll decide whether or not I could be approved to be in the YouTube Partner Program, and then I'll get recommended to new people. So I'm going to do everything I can to entertain everybody out there and let you know a little bit about myself. Now, for anyone out there that doesn't know anything about me, because obviously I'm brand new, so you all just obviously found my channel organically, but let me tell you a little bit about myself and what my goals are right now in my life. Well, right now I'm trying everything I can to turn everything into my house into a smart device, because I want to live the rest of my life as a smart prisoner. I mean, as a smart citizen, you know? And I'm gonna show you some of the cool devices that I have and what I'm working on getting inside of my home, because isn't it better to have smart technology than to do things yourself? Like, for example, instead of actually turning a key to unlock my door, I've decided to install my home with smart locks. I'm not the least bit suspicious that somebody could actually lock me into my home, like Jeff Bezos or somebody in a major corporation, because I trust in those corporations. And I trust that the man behind the curtain of the Wi-Fi is somebody I can know and trust and love. So anybody out there who says anything else is obviously a conspiracy nut. But for me, sometimes it hurts my wrist when I turn the key. So instead, I'd rather, use a smart code or actually get my phone out. Eventually, obviously, it'll just scan my retina or my forehead or my wrist. But for now, I find it a lot easier to just get my phone out and go through it and find the app and then open the app and then put in the code for my house to unlock, rather than using, a key, because that's really, really difficult. And this is the one that I have. It's called Yale Security, brought to you by my friends at Skull and Bones. Anyway, next up, I have, as most of you probably have, these smart thermostats, because it's very difficult for me to get up and walk over to my thermostat when I'm hot and turn it down, or when I'm cold to turn it up. I don't feel like getting off the couch. I'd rather open up an app, sit on my lazy behind, and not worry about all this stuff going on with the climate and how eventually, somebody might actually have control over my thermostat. That's all just hogwash. Isn't that real neat that I have that? Then I have a smart fridge. Don't ask me why. I got it because everybody told me it was neat and cool. So check out my smart fridge. What does it do? Don't ask me. Does it turn food cool? Does it make food in the freezer freeze? Yeah, it does. Does every other fridge and freezer? Yeah, it does. So why do I have one? Well, because I get cool weather maps on my fridge. Yeah, I get cool weather maps from NORAD. Isn't it amazing how they know what the weather forecast is going to be weeks in advance? I wonder why that is. But anyway, yeah, I even, instead of putting up my kids or my wife or me personally, my husband, instead of putting up his photo with me and him together, enjoying the sun on the beach, I actually have it digitally put up on my computer, because it's too hard to get a magnet and put a picture of me and my husband up on my fridge. Let's see what else I've got. I've got a smart washer and dryer, because every time I go to the washer and dryer and I fill it up with clothes, I'm too tired to press the button that says start. Do I still have to put soap or put the soap in there? I do. And once I put the soap in, I'm like, I'm not pressing the on button. That's ridiculous. How dare they even ask me to? I'm way too entitled to have to press the on button. So instead, I sit on the couch, I go through my phone, I find my app, I open it, I wait for it to load and connect to Wi-Fi for about 3 minutes. Then I go through there, and then I can pick which cycle I want to put on. Do I want to do a heavy rinse? Is it dark load, or is it a light load? Well, instead of having to do this with my own mind standing next to it, I'm able to do this on the couch. It actually takes me even longer, because I can't really make decisions on my own. So next up, this one's my favorite. I have a smart toilet. That's right, a smart toilet. So when I make my heavy loads in my toilet bowl, or I make a quick tinkle, I actually am able to sit there for a few minutes, and what I do is I have water temperature controls, and I have multi-function smart toilet options. So I can have a really cool blue fluorescent light shooting up out of my toilet while I'm dropping dookies in there. Isn't that neat? And instead of actually having to get up, because it's stressful, and press that button that flushes my toilet, I just can put my foot by the side of it and it'll flush for me automatically. So that's one of the reasons I bought this very expensive toilet. And again, in the future, when we have laws that might be about climate, which of course will never happen because, well, that's just conspiracy stuff, well, I probably won't be able to flush more than once a day. Now that I've given my full authority of my toilet over to somebody I don't know. The man behind the curtain, right? And in addition to that, I can adjust water temperature. Because, every time I go to the toilet, I don't know about you, I stick my hand in. And sometimes I get a drink too. But, isn't it annoying if the water isn't hot enough? Sometimes when I make a poop, I'm hoping the water's boiling, right? Because it's boiling and it gets in there and you get a nice odor in the bathroom. It really helps with the aroma. So I have temperature control in mine. In addition to that, don't be jealous. I actually am able to adjust the temperature of the seat because I like my hiney really roasted. In fact, I like to get a nice little tan while I'm doing it, get a little red marks on my butt. And it also gives me swamp rear end, right? So I like to adjust the seat temperature because, well, I'm really entitled and spoiled. And, if I sit on the toilet and it's not warm enough for me, well, I'm probably just going to put a diaper on instead. So that's why I got this, because for a while what I was doing was I was sitting down on the toilet. Apparently it was really cold, the seat on my hiney, so I was getting Depends and I was putting those on and I was just crapping in my pants all day. So I had to get this to prevent that. Here's another cool one. I've got these really cool smart plugs. That's right, a smart plug. So what I do is I plug things in. Okay, it's like a timer. And then I go on my phone. So if I have one lamp plugged in, I have that timed. And then, if I have other things that I have plugged in, instead of turning them off on my own, I'll just go on my phone and turn the outlet off instead. This will never give the government access to be able to turn on or off all of my appliances by giving them full-on control of my plug. But what does it matter anyway? Because I've already got a smart meter on my home so they can turn that off whenever they want. Let's move on. Here's a real cool one. I've got a smart scale. That's right, a smart scale. What I could do is transform my body with e-taxicity is what they call it. And here's a picture. Oh, those are some stinky feet by the way. Ooh, be you. This person's on the scale here, as you can see. And what we need, of course, is for that to go to our phones. Because just seeing what you weigh isn't enough. And obviously, we all have to be perfectly physically fit to fit into this narcissistic society we live in. So I need to know my weight every hour, on the dot. So that's what I do. I weigh myself every hour. But most importantly, it sends all my biometric data to my phone. My weight, my BMI, my body fat, my protein, my muscle mass, my fat-free body weight, right? Isn't this neat? Body water, skeletal muscle. Is it too much? I mean, is it a little obsessive wanting to know this stuff about your body? You say that borderlines of narcissism. How much BMR do I have? Do I have any fat-free body weight right now? And then I go through my phone and I look at it and I get obsessed over trying to lower this one and lower that one because I want to look like all of these people who aren't even human on the television set, who most are probably reptilian anyway. And then, I just do this all day, obsess over it because, just getting on the scale and eating clean isn't enough. So other than that, I've got these smart bulbs in my home. How we've made it illegal to have real light bulbs. Normal ones, everything is, what do you call it? These annoying light bulbs that are extra bright. Well, I've got those in my home, okay? And I've got multicolor ones. Isn't that neat? So I've got these in my home. Then I go on my phone. And if, I'm in a romantic mood, I might dim the lights with my phone. I might change the color to blue. And if I'm, doing a ritual sacrifice, I might make the color red. So isn't that neat? Let's see, what else do I have here? Yep. And it has hands-free voice control as well. So I have hands-free voice control of my light bulb because that's something I've always strived to have. Change the light to blue, as you see in the picture there. Yep. And you could change the light to green. You could change the light whatever color you want. Isn't that fun? Isn't that great to just give away, have Wi-Fi, everything inside of your home? Don't worry about, what could eventually happen. Then I have a smart coffee maker. Isn't that cool? Because when you get up in the morning, who wants to actually, turn it on, right? I mean, you got to obviously fill it with water the night before anyway, so what's really the difference? Well, I'll fill it the night before, and then when I'm up in my room, I can turn it on, and then when I get downstairs, I have a hot cup of coffee. I will not worry about a fire starting in the night. I will not worry about this thing actually going AWOL on its own and boiling coffee and exploding inside of my kitchen or just bursting out of the seams. I'm not going to worry about that. because that's all crazy kind of thinking, right? And then I have a smart toaster. As you can see, bagels in the toaster, right? Yeah, bagels in the toaster, of course. Bagels responsible for all these smart devices. But anyway, we got bagels in the toaster, got a little panini or something going on there. And, you know, I need this in my toaster because we all spend so much time at the toaster. It's a real hassle. That whole 60 seconds or 90 seconds it takes to toast a bagel. So when I'm there, I have my smart device in it. And what I do is I could, you know, tell the smart device to toast it for me, toast it a little bit darker, a little bit lighter. You know, I could probably spend about 45 minutes toasting a piece of bread for toast because there's so many options on there. I could make fluorescent lights come out of it. I could even check the weather while I'm standing there waiting like a sheeple. And then, of course, after I have breakfast, I got to go upstairs and brush my teeth. So, of course, I have a smart toothbrush, don't you? That's right, a smart toothbrush. I put this thing in my mouth because why? Well, I need extra fluoride, so I make sure I have my fluoride toothpaste. And then what I do is I do the controlling of the brush through my phone. Yeah, so I control it. Is it too strong? Is it too light? Do I want my bristles to go left to right, 360 degrees? Do I want the bristles? Do I just want to stick them in my rear? I mean, whatever. It will handle it for you. And that's why it's really cool and really neat. Next up, I got a very smart garbage can. Because obviously, as most of you know, most garbage cans, you have to push your foot, most kitchen garbage cans, right? A lot of us have, you know, you might have one where you put your foot on the bottom. Some of us have ones where we open from the top, but I can't do that. I can't. I'm not going to sprain a pinky. I'm not going to sprain a big toe, okay, pushing on that thing. I'm not going to stub my foot. So my cool smart garbage can, what it does is it'll open. It's got a hands-free sensor for me through my Wi-Fi, and it opens it for me. And then there's a 5-second countdown to close it. Yeah, too bad it doesn't have a 5-second countdown to electrocute you if you own one. And last but not least, this one will really get you hungry for a meal. Ear cleaner. Yeah, to clean your ear. You know, because a Q-tip is difficult this day and age. Who wants to pick one up, right? I mean, you still got to pick this device up, but do you want to actually pick it up and then throw it out? Now with this, I could use my phone to clean my ear, and then I could actually see all the nauseism inside of my ear, and I can get nice and nauseous and dry heave while I'm using the Q-tip. So that's what I do. I clean inside my ear because I'm so obsessed with every inch of my body because I'm a narcissist in 2025. What I do is I stick it in my ear, and then I stare at my phone, and I go, what's that? Is that a freckle in my ear? Is that a hair in my ear? And then I get all obsessive about it, and I spend hours right in front of the sink, and I'm picking hairs out of my ear. I'm making sure every single speck is clean, thanks to my smart Q-tip. So those are just some of the smart devices. I'd love to know what you guys have and what you want and what you'd like to see in the future. Come out, that's a smart device, and bring it into your home, right? I mean, smart handcuffs sound like a good idea to me, you know? I'd love to get some smart handcuffs. You know, not just for me and my husband to play around with, but hey, you know, okay, mainly for that. But come on, you know what I mean? Love wins. Any other smart devices you could think of, you let me know. Isn't that neat and cool? I think you guys are really, really cool for being here on this channel. And we got about 4,000 to go, and then I expect myself to show up naturally as a narcissist inside of the trending section on YouTube. I mean, I'm definitely ready to be the next Mr. Beast or one of these big superstar, Logan Paul, one of these guys, right? Because this is great content. I'm informing people about how great the benefits are of smart technology, and I'm giving you a walkthrough on it. Plus, I'm super cool and neat, and I'm all about love and love winning. So remember, everybody, love wins, smart tech wins, everybody else loses, right? Okay, and congratulations to Jeff Bezos. I want to throw that out there, my hero. Jeff, most of these devices are on his website. Loved his wedding over in Italy and all the people that attended. They seem like wonderful people. So I'm just ranting on here, but I'll let everybody go. Make sure you hit that thumbs up and make sure you're subscribed and like the video. Thank you guys again. You guys are the best. Bye.